We're finishing up history. One of the last sections is these. A lot of them are considered American heroes, and a lot of them are current or past presidents. It's John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, Daniel James, Ronald Reagan, George Bush, Barack Obama, and our current president, Donald Trump. The chapter on John Glenn and Neil Armstrong has to do with the NASA, the program, the space program. So you need to make sure you read that, and some of y'all I think already started reading these two right here, but not on the president section. And these two are divided up. I think there's a quiz just on this section alone. Make sure you study what each of them did. You can recognize. The one I did not write up here was Buzz Aldrin. He is covered in the section with Neil Armstrong. Make sure you read up on that and you can identify what each of them did. John Glenn, for example, was known as the oldest astronaut that went up into space. He had already retired for a long time. He had changed his careers actually for a while. He had gone into politics, but in his 70s there was a new program that was being set up in the 1990s, and he went back into flight on the shuttle Discovery. And as far as I know, he recently passed away. Neil Armstrong was a test pilot in California. He lived out of Edwards Air Force Base for many years, and he was active during the Apollo 2nd launch, the Gemini 7, and he was the one that first reached the moon and touched or set foot on the moon, and he was given the Medal of Freedom. And also one of the ones that's not covered as one of the main chapters is Sally Ride. Make sure you also talk or recognize who she is. She was the first woman in space in the shuttle in 1983. Okay, and then Daniel James, he was part of the Tuskegee Institute when he graduated high school. He was with a group of African American military pilots, very active. I think the one that did request his presence there at the Institute was Booker T. Washington. He was a 4-star general, and he also when he did go to college, he won a scholarship, an athletic scholarship to go to college. He flew over many combat missions in the Korean War, and in 1969 is when he was promoted to general, and he was the commander of the U.S. Air Force in Libya. Ronald Reagan did many things when he was growing up. His mom is the one that talked to him about God. She's the one that instructed him in the Bible, and she was very instrumental in the way he was raised. During his youth, he was a lifeguard for many years. He worked his way through school, and during the time that he was the president, or before he was president, he was also an actor for many years. To support his family for a while, he was a DJ, a radio announcer for many years after he had finished college. But once his career shifted towards acting, he left that, and he became a politician